guys, Karen Miller here from Asleep at Last. Welcome to another one of my videos. So today I'm talking about toddlers, specifically toddler behaviour, toddler sleep associations, and how to get toddlers to sleep by themselves in their own beds and stay there until morning. I have done another video on toddlers sleep, so go check that out if you haven't already. That's specifically more around what they need in terms of day sleep and night sleep, cot to bed transitions, that kind of thing. But today I'm talking about toddlers in general. Now, lots of clients that I help with toddlers, when they come to me, they're often complaining that their toddlers are like hugely stubborn, they're a bit of a nightmare. They think that their toddler is like the worst toddler that I probably am ever going to work with. And it's just interesting because actually toddlers are all the same. They are all naturally stubborn. It's just human nature. We're programmed to push back, we're programmed to resist, we're programmed to push boundaries. That's how we learn. Very often the issues that are occurring are that there is a toddler, usually around age 2 or 3, that's been put into a big bed too soon. I don't recommend putting toddlers into a bed until they are closer to age 3, just because they don't have very much impulse control before then. A toddler that is put into a bed before they are really ready, for whatever reason, can end up getting in and out of bed multiple times a night, and generally just refusing to settle down into bed on their own. What ends up happening is parents then end up assisting to sleep by lying down with them, stroking them, patting them, giving them some milk, or basically giving them whatever they need to get them to go to sleep, because, you know, it's evening time. Very often these toddlers will fight their bedtime for an hour, 2 hours, and, you know, it gets to the point where you as a parent are kind of like, you just need to go to sleep now. So whatever you want, I will give to you, because I just want you to go to sleep so that I can get some peace and quiet. And yeah, this needs to end. So often we rush in, we give them what they want, what they're requesting, and they then wake up through the night looking for that very same thing that we gave them to go to sleep in the first place. So parents end up sleeping in the bed with the toddler multiple times at night, or bringing the toddler into bed with them, which is just not sustainable, because, you know, it's just exhausting. And you did this at newborn stage for the first 3 months of your baby's life. Like, you don't need to do it when they're toddlers. It's perfectly reasonable to expect a toddler to sleep through the night, go to bed early at about 6:30, 7 o'clock to be asleep, and to sleep through until morning time. And you shouldn't have to be sharing your bed with a toddler. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to say. Now, in terms of sleep training a toddler, it is possible. Yes, it's harder than a baby. They have more determination. They are very resistant to the changes that they can see that you're trying to make. Toddlers are very clever. They will use everything in the book to try and get you to come to them, to get your attention. They don't care if it's good attention or bad attention. They just want your attention. That's what they're trying to do. And by us giving them what they want, or engaging with them, chatting to them, that's enough. That will keep them awake. That's what they want. So you kind of need to take a bit more of a firm line with it. You need to set boundaries up, you know, talk to them. You know, toddlers love communication. Explain to them what you expect from them. Put boundaries in place for how many stories you're going to have, how many wees you're going to have, what you expect them to do when they're going to their bed. So they need to lie down, tuck themselves in, close their eyes, and go to sleep. You can use things like grow clocks to help them to understand morning time, and that they're not to get up until morning time. But they will push back. Toddlers will push and push and push. They're trying to break you, and you just have to be stronger than them. It's a battle of wills, it really is. And you just have to stay firm and be consistent. Choose a method and absolutely stick to it like glue for 2 to 3 weeks, and you will see that they will sleep. As soon as you back down on one of your rules, or they see that you've gone back on what you said, they will be onto you. Like, they are clever. They will hold on to that, and they'll hold out, and they will scream even more to get you to break like you did last night. So you've got to be consistent, and you've just got to keep going. And it may feel like it will never end, or like they'll never sleep, like they'll never get it. There's just something wrong with them. They just don't want to sleep. That is not the truth. That's what they're all like. Toddlers are going to be toddlers, but if you push through, you will see results. And another thing I want to talk about is toddlers' behaviour in general, because a lot of time, lots of times people are just like, well, you know, they're a toddler, they're going to have tantrums, they're going to be grumpy, they're going through loads of stuff, which is true. But epic, massive meltdowns throughout the day about the smallest little things, constant crying, whinging, whining, as well as hyperactivity. So a child that can't seem to calm down, seems to be like climbing the walls and like cannot relax, are signs that your child is actually overtired. So if you think about how many hours sleep a toddler actually needs a night, on average you're looking at about 12 hours. If your child isn't getting a solid 12 hours at night, then they will be sleep deprived. And often these toddlers aren't, because often it takes, like I said, it takes hours before they actually fall asleep at bedtime, and then when they wake up in the night, because we're engaging with them, it gives them a second wind, and they're then awake for an hour or two during the night as well. So if you add up all those hours that they're actually sleeping, very often they have early morning wakes as well, which is another thing that's linked to overtiredness. Yeah, you'll be shocked at how little sleep they're actually getting, and how that will be affecting their behaviour during the day, and generally how rubbish they feel. Like, it's not nice to feel tired. We're the same, you know, we don't feel at our best, we don't feel good when we're exhausted, and they are no different. Toddlers do need early bedtimes, often when they've just dropped a nap as well, or if they're not having a full 2-hour nap in the day. At age 2 or age 3, they need to go to sleep by 6 o'clock in the evening, which is really quite early. So if your toddler's not going to sleep until 8-9 o'clock at night, that's a really late night for them. So it is really important to get these toddlers sleeping, but it can be done. Now, in terms of actual methods that you can use, you can do things like pop-ins. You can tell them that you're going to come back and check on them in 5 minutes and leave the room, and very often that's enough. Sometimes with some toddlers, you know, just knowing that mum's going to come back and check on me, they're often asleep within the 5 minutes before you even come back. But if they're not, if they're a bit more strong-willed and a bit more angry and fighting it a bit more, you can stay with them and gradually wean yourself away from them over the course of 2 weeks. So just move further and further away from them each night. Or you can use silent returns if they're kind of over age about 2, 2.5. Silent returns are really good. So you just keep putting them back into their bed repeatedly every time they get out of their bed, and eventually they get bored. If they're not getting any attention from you, then they're not getting any engagement from you, they will realize that actually they are tired, and they will just go to bed. They will lie down in their beds and go to sleep. Sometimes they don't get into bed, sometimes they just fall asleep on the floor. That's fine. Once they're in a deep sleep after 20 minutes, move them back into their beds. Eventually they will learn to go back into their bed. Again, it's just all about repetition and consistency, and it may be really hard for us to do when we're tired, and it may be hard on our patience to keep doing this again and again, and it feels like you're not making any progress. But honestly, if you stick to it like glue, it's inevitable that they will just go to sleep. So that's kind of for younger toddlers. For older children, for older toddlers and children, so like age 3 to 4, if you're having problems with this age group specifically, and it's not so much that they're getting out of bed multiple times a night, maybe they're just getting up once, taking a while to fall back to sleep, or they are fighting bedtime, reward charts are really, really good. It may sound basic, but honestly, giving your child a sticker for staying in bed all night, and this can work for younger toddlers as well if they understand the concept. Getting a sticker in the morning for staying in bed all night, or for doing better than they did the previous night, you know, really does, you know, excite them. It really, really does capture their imagination. And you can do sort of 5 to 7 stickers, and after that they get a treat. That really does work as a really, really good incentive for older children, and also for specific types of children. Some children don't respond to reward charts, they don't like them, they just think whatever. So you might have to for those children, just really ramp up the praise and maybe give them small rewards rather than stickers if that's not working. For younger children, you can use stamps on their hands rather than stickers. For older children, like I say, if stickers don't work, find something else. There'll be something that they're into, something that they like, that you can use to your advantage, basically. Get them involved in the process, talk to them, explain to them, you know, that they're, you know, they're a big boy, they're a big girl now. It's time for them to stay in their beds, and give them lots of praise in the morning when they do stay in their bed. Say, oh, you're such a clever boy, you're such a clever girl, you did really well, Mummy and Daddy are so proud of you. And they'll love that. Toddlers love praise, they feed off of praise. For younger toddlers as well, you can do things like role play, so get their toys out and role play their toys going to bed and being really good. Introduce a comfy toy to them for night times if they're a bit scared, that kind of thing. But yeah, there'll be something, there's ways around it. Like, you don't have to be lying down with your toddler every night. That is the easier option, I know, but long term that's not going to help you out. So I hope that was useful. If you've liked this video, please hit like. Please remember to subscribe to my videos to be notified when I do a new one. And thanks very much. Bye.